What is going on, guys? It is your boy, the Timecodes Gaming, coming at you again with another video. And today, guys, we have my updated blue-yellow Nami deck profile. Blue-yellow Nami is absolutely ridiculous. Blue-yellow is a ridiculous color combination, and there are so many different things you can do with this list. And this is kind of what I've come up with. This is my new, updated, modified version of the deck. So in today's video, we're going to be getting into the deck list, kind of my ideas behind the cards, why I'm running certain things, and of course, we got a couple games for you. We got DOFFY, we got PLUFFY, and we got ENEL. So I hope you guys stick around to check some of those games out. And with that being said, guys, we are doing a giveaway. All you got to do is subscribe to the channel. Follow my Instagram in the link in the description below, and you will be entered to win a box when we hit 1,000 subscribers. And speaking of subscribers, we're almost at 600, so thank you so much for all the support, guys. Really means a lot to me. Really appreciate it. And with that being said, let's get right into the video. Okay, so if you have been sleeping under a rock, blue-yellow Nami effect. Well, 5,000 power leader, blue-yellow on your turn. You may activate this effect when a life card leaves any life area. Draw one if you have 7 or less cards in your hand. So you don't even have to have a Dawn attached to her. You just swing a 5k if they take their life and you have 7 or less cards in your hand, which is crazy. You get a free card, which is very, very nice. And then Dawn X1 on opponent's turn. You may trash one card from your hand. This leader gains plus 2,000 power for the turn. So really a 7,000 power leader as long as you have one Dawn on her. Like if you know that your opponent's going to be swinging a lot of 5s or 6s into you, you can just put a Dawn on her, become a 7k leader, and that will deter most of your opponent's attacks. So absolutely insane leader. Absolutely fucking insane. Can't believe it exists. And it's still not the best in the game. Still not the best in the game. So getting into the list here, the weird cards I want to talk about first are the 7-cost Croc. So Crocodile has a soft spot in my heart. This was the first SR I ever pulled out of a pack in the One Piece TCG. So he's in here. He will always be memorable to me. And I think he actually works relatively well with this deck. We are running so many blue events that can be benefited off of the Crocodile effect. If you don't know what this does, I don't blame you. Nobody has ever played him at any point ever. But he's a 7-cost, 7,000 power character with counter 1,000. With Banish, I really do like that Banish as well, because a lot of the times people counter out early against Nami because they don't want you to get so many cards in hand, and then they're left with like 4 or 5 cards in hand, and then you start swinging Banishes at them, and this also still triggers your Nami ability, so Banish like doesn't negate the Nami ability. So Banish really nice. And then his second effect is Dawn X1, and blue event cards in your hand cost 1 less to play. And we are running 4 of the 3,000 Worlds, 4 of the Gum Gum Red Rock, and 4 of Let's Crash This Wedding. So this can become a 3-cost, Red Rock becomes a 5-cost, and Let's Crash This Wedding becomes free. So really nice there. And yeah, I think just works really nice with the deck overall. But if you do want to cut it, I understand. Like I get it. You can just cut 2 of the Crocodile and run 2 more of the 7-drop Charlotte Linlin, and you will probably be perfectly fine with this list after that. Next, the other kind of weird card I'm running is the 3-cost Marco. So we're not running any searchers in this deck just because I don't think Nami requires any searchers. Like you're going to see the cards you want to see because you are drawing so many fucking cards with this deck. And we do have access to the 5-cost Nami, which is draw 3, place 2 at the bottom or the top. So if you're looking for something, you're probably going to fucking find it just because the leader effect in itself is so consistent. So Marco is one of my favorite blockers. He's not leader locked. He's a 3-cost 5,000 power blocker. On KO, return up to one of your opponent's characters with a cost of 4 or below back to their hand. So really good against more aggro decks. It can also kind of disrupt your opponent's attacks if they establish a big board. This gets a block off and a bounce off. And because he doesn't have a counter, which usually would be a downside, but if you don't want to play him, you can just discard him to the Nami effect. So I really do like this blocker in the deck as well. And next, getting into our other blockers, we have 4 of the 3-cost DOFFY blocker. Just one of the best blockers ever printed, honestly. 3-cost, 4,000 power, counter 1,000. Look at the top 5 cards from your deck and return them to the top of your deck in any order. Once again, like just making the deck more consistent, you're going to see exactly what you need to see, whether it's through your Nami leader ability, your Nami blocker, or your DOFFY blocker. Just very consistent here. And I believe that is it for our blockers. Next, getting into our top end. So running 4 of the 10-drop Kaido. So I was kind of conflicted about this, and the main reason was because of the existence of Blue Purple Luffy. But even against the blue-purple Luffy matchup, a lot of those decks are running the 8-drop Charlotte Katakuri. So this is at least able to hit one of the main cards of blue-purple Luffy. It's not just a dead card sitting in your hand. In that matchup, it is at least able to hit the cat. So not completely dead. And against every other deck in the format, this will be hitting some really, really good cards. Whether it's against Blackbeard, you're able to hit and maybe a blocker and a, what's it called, the Jesus Burgess. Yeah, just a really, really nice consistent card, and still has use against blue-purple Luffy when they're playing the 8-drop cat, which most are running 4 of. So yeah, next top end is the 8-drop kid. 8-drop kid, I was running the 6-drop Charlotte Linlin, but I just found 8-drop kid to be a little bit stronger. Just works very, very well with the deck. On play, trash the top card of your opponent's life, triggers your Nami ability, and then once again, just consistency at the end of your turn. If your opponent has 2 or less life, you draw 1 and trash 1. So once again, finding exactly what you need with this card. And then for our last top end, we're running 2 of the 7-drop Charlotte Linlin. Once again, this card works really, really well with the deck. Will trigger your Nami ability or give you a life. And if you do want to run 4 of this, you can just drop 2 of the 7-drop Crocodile, and you can run 4 of the Charlotte Linlins if that is more your speed, and you don't really care about the Croc and the event cost reduction that you're going to get off the Croc. 7-drop Linlin is a very, very nice card to play in this deck. Next, getting into our 2Ks, running 4 of the beige. Beige just, so we're not running any searchers, so we can run whatever 2Ks we want to run. Maybe that should have been more of a focus for me here. The Nami is really good with the deck, like in the end game. If you are trying to push for a game and your opponent has these little stinky blockers set up and you're at low hand size, you can play this down, bounce a 3 cost or less for free. And so it gets, oh, Bellemare. Yeah, well, Bellamere's not a 2K, so it's not. Yeah, maybe I should be running Bellemare, but anyway. So 2Ks, we have Nami and then the Tony Chopper. This, if you don't have anything else to play, 5 cost 6K body is never bad to play down. So I do like the Chopper in this deck. Beige, I think, is an auto include. These other 2K spots, maybe you can change them around if you find some better options. Maybe a Kaya, maybe a Sasaki. But I do like the Nami. I think Chopper could be switched out for a 2K of your choice. That is up to you completely. And then lastly, going through our events, we have 4 of the 3000 Worlds. I've seen a lot of Gravity Blade Raging Tigers being played. Personally, I just prefer 3000 Worlds. I'm a 3000 Worlds guy. I've always liked it better. Whether that's right or wrong, it is what I believe. I really do like 3000 Worlds over the Gravity Blade Raging Tiger. Could be completely wrong, but I do think this card, it works really, really well with the deck. It gets you out of that early game where you might not have the best plays. It can hit some really, really good 5 costs in the game, whether you're playing against a green deck. Green has fucking awesome 5 drops, so this really helps in the green matchups. It helps in your Blackbeard matchups just to get rid of the Burgess. And a lot of the times I just didn't find that there were 2 things I wanted to remove at once unless I was playing against a DOFFY, as you'll see in today's gameplay. But I do prefer 3000 Worlds over the Gravity Blade. Of course, we're running 4 of the Gum Gum Red Rocks, and we're running 4 of... Oh, no, we are playing a Searcher. Oh, shit, I forgot. Okay, that makes more sense. Yeah, so that's why we're running the 2Ks we are running. So the Tony Chopper and the Nami we are running for the Let's Crash This Wedding. Let's Crash This Wedding lets you search for a Straw Hat type card. So this allows you to search for your 3000 Worlds. And over Gravity Blade Raging Tiger, 3000 Worlds is a Straw Hat card. So you can search for the Red Rocks, you can search for 3000 Worlds, you can search for your 2Ks and your Namis as well. It's a really, really nice searcher for this deck. Searching for Red Rock and 3000 Worlds is really, really nice. Love that addition as well. And then lastly, running the 4 Charlotte Puddings. Pudding just... Maybe you could probably cut this down to 3 or 2, but like sometimes it's not the most useful, especially in certain matchups, but Charlotte Pudding just... It's something that blue has that no other color has. Just that if they start taking life, they start taking a lot of life. This just kind of blows them out of the water. So I really do like the Charlotte Pudding, but if you do want to drop it and maybe include some more top end or some more blockers or something like that, I would understand. And yeah, guys, that is the list. This is what we are cooking with. Nami, just really fun deck building in general. So many different ways to play her. So yeah, I know this list will probably look like semi-similar to what we've seen other people do, but there's so many different things you can do with this list, and I don't know if there is a best version of Nami yet that is out there. So now is the time for experimentation. So let me know what you guys think. of the list. Let me know if you're feeling it, what you would change out. I've also seen some the teaches, the 2-drop teach being played in the deck. Personally, I don't like going minus on cards. I think teach is for DOFFY. I hate giving away cards for free personally, just for the it is nice to become a 7k leader and be able to get access to your Nami ability on your opponent's turn, which can come up if you, the only time it really comes up if you're playing the 10-drop Kaido, but I don't think I'm willing to give away a card for that, just personally. Maybe I could be wrong, but yeah, I don't think I'll include that card in a Nami list that I'm making. But either way, guys, really appreciate you. Hope you guys enjoy the games. We're gonna go with the ENEL game just because it was an absolute control fucking powerhouse of a game to show for the first game, and then we'll go Purple Luffy, and then we will go the DOFFY game last. So I hope you guys enjoy, and yeah, really like Nami. Just I need to keep working on the list. It will, I think this is close to what I will finish with, but obviously still a lot of playtesting to do in OP11. We are still at the beginning, so a lot of things to look forward to with the Nami list. And let's get right into the games, guys. Before we get into the games, guys, the ENEL game is with a slightly different list before I revised it and like tweaked it to my exact specifications. But the core is the same, but the game was so good and so controlly and like just fucking was in his head that I wanted to include it. So it's not the list I included in the video, but the other two games are. I just had it's the same core, so don't go too crazy. All right, let's go. Okay, guys, getting right into game number 1 here. We're starting the video a little bit late, but we are going up against an ENEL. We've established our 3-cost blocker, DOFFY, and he's swinging a 5 into us. We're just going to go ahead and give him a Nami. He's going to play down a 5-cost Nami, KO our 3-cost blocker, and then we're going to use our 3,000 worlds, clear off that 5-cost Nami, swing a 7k, draw a card, and be looking really nice. So our hand, we have a couple of top end. I was running Yamato at this point. I decided to cut it just because I really never played it ever. So he's going to swing an 8 into us. We're going to use Nami ability. We're going to give him a 2k and counter out of that. Then we're going to get rid of that Okiku with our 3-cost event. Then we're going to play down a 3-cost blocker and just set up our draws to be really nice. So we want that pudding in hand because we can get ENEL with pudding. We can get ENEL with pudding 100%. So he's going to swing a 6k into us. We're just going to give him one of the Yamatos, go up to 7. Oh, we don't. Oh, what am I doing? Anyway, we give him a 2k. I think we just want to use those Yamatos for the future. But we're going to start with the 5k swing here. We do have the 10-cost Kaido in hand, so we're just going to be able... Oh, and he triggers a 3-cost blocker, so we're going to get absolutely optimal effect out of that 10-cost Kaido, 8-cost and a 3-cost, so absolutely perfect usage there. He's going to swing a 10 into us. He plays down a 5-cost Luffy. We have a 3,000 worlds available. The Yamato just isn't quite able to hit the 3-cost Luffy. And then we clear the 3-cost Luffy. We play the pudding. Now he's down at 5 cards in hand. We swing a 12. We draw another card. He's going to use his ENEL ability. We swing a 6. He takes it. And then we're going to just go ahead and use our 1-cost searcher, find another 2k. And at this point, the game is fucking over. Absolutely done and dusted. If we lose this, I would have been very concerned with my mental state, with my... I probably would have quit the game. So he's going to swing a 12 into us. We are down at 1 life, though. So it's not completely over, but we are still in firm control of the game. Now we can start red rocking things. We can start putting down blockers, and we have our 10 cost established, and he's not going to be able to get rid of it. Old ENEL probably wins this game, being able to get rid of our 10 cost with that old event that got banned. So he plays down another ace here. So he is gaining life. He is doing a lot of good shit. But we're just going to keep swinging 12s at him. He gives us 3 cards to keep that ace around. But we do have that red rock. We play down the red rock, play down another blocker. And at this point, he's a little bit cooked. Against ENEL, you never know because their triggers can be so good. But we're just going to keep countering out of these attacks from him with our blockers and keep spamming out our blocks. And here we're going to go ahead and swing a 6k at face, use our Nami ability, draw another card. We have so many 2ks in hand. We're going to go ahead and get rid of that Okiku with our 3-cost event. We're going to play down our 5-cost chopper and just get ready to go for game the following turn. And yeah, now at this point, the game is pretty much over, but he does top another 10-cost ENEL, so not exactly what we want to see, but either way, we're still in a very good spot here. He's going to swing a 12k. We're just going to go ahead and take that. We do top a blocker. So all we have to do is clear this ENEL. We play down a blocker, and we should be able to take this game. I don't think going for game here was the right play, just because you never know against ENEL, and then I could have lost the following turn. So we swing a 13 into the ENEL. We're gonna go ahead and play down. We're thinking about playing down the Yamato and gaining a life, but he does trigger that Frankie, and once again our Yamato is just not able to find any good usage here. So we use our searcher, we find a Nami, so we're gonna go ahead and play down that Nami, place 2 cards to the bottom, and then we play down our Don Quixote do Flamingo blocker. And once again, just looking really, really good. There's so many blockers to get around with this deck, so much removal to get around, and your card draw is just fucking insane. So he swings a 6k here. We're just gonna go ahead and give him a 2k. I wasn't able to put a Don on the leader, which is like one of the arguments for the Blackbeard or for the Teach. But here, once again, he is still persisting. We're going to go ahead and swing a 5 at him. I think this is where we go for game. Like, I think at this point it's over. We have a bunch of attackers. We have our 12k attacker that's been on board for like fucking 5 turns in a row. Yeah, and then he triggers the Brûlée, and he adds another life to the top of his life pile. We swing 12, he blocks with the Brûlée. We swing a 7, and unless he triggers like another blocker, another beige, we still have that red rock to remove anything he would have removed there. So here we're just gonna play it safe again. We're gonna play it safe. We don't want to lose this game. It would be absolutely embarrassing. We have so much counter in hand. He's able to play down his 5-cost Luffy, remove our DOFFY blocker. We still have our Nami blocker on board. We still have so much counter in hand. Should I have gone for game sooner? Probably. But I was just kind of controlling the game. Like it just felt like I was never really in danger here. I always had so many cards in hand, so many blockers available, so many different options. And now finally, after all of that, like it looked like the game was over, but this is fucking ENEL. You just have to play for 3 million fucking turns. Jesus Christ. Yeah, so many triggers, so much luck, and then we eventually clear up the game. Next, going up against Purple Luffy, guys. Purple Luffy, this is kind of the matchup that you do want the Gravity Blade Raging Tiger against, but your 3000 Worlds will still be very, very good against this matchup. So he's going second, so usually they have maybe a 5 Don card to play here, or maybe a Zoro Juro and swing for 6. So he does swing a 5 and then plays down the Magellan. And look what we top deck, boys. That is the 3000 Worlds, and that is why I prefer 3000 Worlds. It is just so nice to play in the early game when your opponent establishes a threatening 4 or 5 cost character. 3000 Worlds will just get it off the board fucking instantly. So we're going to swing 2 5s there. We end up getting the Nami ability, and now we have 2 8-cost kids in hand. We have 1 10-cost Kaido and 2 2Ks. So some really good follow-up coming in for our 8 Don turns, and that 3-cost blocker is a very, very nice block. Once again, we get the draw off of the Nami, and we're going to go ahead and play down the DOFFY blocker, ordering our cards exactly how we want to see them. And Purple Luffy is actually not the best matchup for Nami here, just because he takes his own life, and you're not able to trigger your Nami ability as much as you are against other 5-life leader decks. But here we're just going to go ahead and use our Nami ability, become a 7k, fight off that potential Bond play attack. He's going to play down the 9-cost Luffy, and we do find the Red Rock here, so we will be able to Red Rock that 9-cost Luffy away and just keep playing swinging 7s and clearing his board as time goes on. He plays a Gum Gum Giant there. He's able to get up to a 9k and defend that attack, and then we get rid of the 9-cost Luffy. He does have a lot of cards in hand, so like, where's my pudding? Where's my pudding? If we had pudding in this spot, which we should, like, we're running 4 puddings for a fucking reason. We've seen no puddings. We're doing the 3-cost blocker, still no puddings, and then he plays down another 9-cost Luffy. We do find another Red Rock. We end up just using it to clear the Bond Clay, just because we wanted to play down our 8-cost kid there and start establishing our board a little bit more. But really, yeah, when I was playing this game, I wasn't like, wow. I wasn't pissed, but now rewatching it, running 4 puddings and not seeing one into the fucking 10 cards he had is fucking tragic. But either way, we're still looking pretty good here. He is going to swing a 7 into us. We're just going to go ahead and give him one of our searchers and then give him a 2k just to stay. We don't want to go to 0 here. We do not want to go to 0. We do have that 10 cost of Kaido available for the following turns. We have 3 cost blocker, and we still do have our DOFFY blocker on board, so not the end of the world. He plays fucking Ragnarok. I didn't even know that card existed. It removes an 8 cost, so really perfect answer to our 8 cost kid there. Then he's gonna swing an 11 into us with the Purple Luffy. We're just gonna block with our blocker there and stay nice and healthy. And here we don't really have a good play, so I think I just choose to play down the 10 cost Kaido and establish our 12 cost body on board. Just going forward. So I probably should have not red rocked that Bond Clay, but I didn't want the Bond Clay to swing an 8k into us the following turn. So it was an interesting choice, but I don't know. Maybe I should have kept the red rock in hand and just taken that 8k swing from Bond Clay. But we did establish our kid there, and it was an okay play. We're going to start off with the 5k swing, and then he's just going to give us a 2k. We're going to play down the 10 cost Kaido, so really a 10 cost vanilla there. Not perfect, but I don't think we had a better play. The 7 cost Linlin is kind of dead at this point just because he does not have any life, so we can just choose to trash the top of his life and it won't have any effect. So here he's going to swing a 5 into us. We're just going to give him a 2k. He's going to swing a 10 into us. We're going to take that, and then he's going to play down a 9 cost Linlin. And while that may be very good for him, it is also pretty good for me. We can now play down the 7 cost Linlin and make him either give us a life or make him trash a life. He's going to give us a life, because if not, he probably just fucking lost. And here we're trying to decide whether to swing a 12 into the 9 cost Luffy, or just keep going face, staying aggro, and trying to get those cards out of his hand. But we do get another card off the Nami. You swing a 5k here, and then we're going to play down our 3 cost blocker again. And Usohachi would be a little bit bad here. We do have 3 2Ks in hand, so it's not the end of the world, but we just take the blocker, we can get it. So we block with the Charlotte Linlin, and then he's going to swing a 7 into us. We're going to take that, and then there's our 7 cost Croc. The 7 cost Croc you really want to see on your 7 or 8 Dawn turn. Like, you don't want to see it at the end of the game. You want to see it on curve as soon as you can. That's when he is at his most effective, and then once he's on the board, he is very, very, very good. But here he has like 8 Dawn left, I think, so he could be a Katakuri here, could be an Onami into maybe, I don't know, a Zoro-Juro. But either way, still looking pretty solid for us. It's probably 50-50 game at this point. We don't know what he has. If we did have a Red Rock or something to bounce that Onami back to hand, we would be sitting pretty solid here. But we just cannot find it, which is really, really tragic. We swing a 9k just to make him give us the Gum Gum Giant and another card here, but he ends up giving us 3 cards. Then we're going to swing the 12k into him, make him block with his Onami, and then we can get a huge 14k swing off with our Nami. He does the Gum Gum Giant there. I think that was probably his only chance to hope for a Gum Gum Giant counter out with the top couple cards of his life, but he didn't end up having it, and we take the game over the purple Luffy. Next, going up against the Doffy player, and we do the Doffy blocker, and we find 3 red rocks on the top of our deck. So exactly what we want to fucking see playing against Doffy. So we just keep all 3 there, and no matter what he plays here, we're just gonna get rid of it. We're just gonna get rid of it instantly, and yeah, that's how we're gonna play this game. I really wanted to get rid of the Teach here, so I swung a 6 into the Law, hoping to get it off the board, and then we're gonna get rid of the Teach just because Teach is really the engine that makes this deck go round. And if it's not on board, the deck just is not powerful enough. So we get rid of the Teach. We're just hoping he does not have another one. So we're going to use our Nami ability here. Get rid of the Red Rock. Red Rock, not the best in this matchup. Usually Doffy's running like maximum 6 cost characters. So Red Rock, not exactly what we want to see. But he does find another Teach. He plays down the Weevil. And yeah, so he did end up having another Teach. But we do have another Red Rock coming, boys. And we have another Red Rock coming after this. So we play down the Red Rock, get rid of the Weevil, and then swing an 8 into the Law. At that point, we did choose to leave the Teach on board just because he was establishing a lot of pressure, and we wanted to alleviate some of it by getting rid of the Weevil. So he plays down his Buggy here. He's reordering the top 3. For our following turns, we have 10 cost Kaido coming up. We have 7 cost Linlin coming up. We have Nami and a Red Rock in hand. So looking pretty solid. He plays down the Jozu, bounces back the Buggy. What did he bounce back? I don't know what he bounced back, but he plays down the Jozu, doesn't get that much value off of it. And here we can just swing a 7, draw a card off the Nami ability, play down our 7 cost Linlin, and he gives us a life. So that is what I was hoping for. I was hoping he did not trash a life, because the longer this game goes, I think the better position we will be in. He uses a Red Rock on the 7 cost Linlin. He's going to be able to have a huge turn here. So he swings a 7 by using the Teach ability, puts something on the top of his life. And here just trying to decide if we should use the Nami ability. So we are going to end up using it. We become a 7k and then just giving him one of our 5 cost Nami blockers. We should be able to stay nice and healthy here. Oh, we actually leave him a 2k. We want those Namis in our hand, and then he's going to swing a 10k into us. And we're just going to go ahead and take that because there was nothing else we can do. Pudding's really dead in this matchup just because Doffy never has any cards in hand. But here we're going to swing a 5. He's going to give us one of his own puddings. We're going to play down the 10-cost Kaido, bounce back the Jozu, and I think we bounce back a Teach. Yeah, we bounce back a Jozu and a Teach, so we establish our 10-cost body on board. We're just hoping he does not have a Red Rock here. If he had a Red Rock here, we would have been in some pretty big trouble, but he did use it on the 7-cost Linlin earlier in the game. So he plays down his Teach again. Going to reorder the top of his life. Yeah, he plays down the Perona, reordering the top of his life, trying to figure out what he wants to play. He probably doesn't have anything in hand to play with his leader ability if he played down the Perona there, because he could have just used the Teach and then played it with his leader. So he's going to swing a 7, plays down the Boa Hancock off the leader effect, use the Boa Hancock ability, gives a 1 to his other Boa Hancock, swings another 7 here. We're going to go ahead and take that. We do trigger. Red Rocks are really, really nice. That is the other good thing about these events. Both the Red Rock and 3000 Worlds triggers are so fucking good can win you games. Like, they are so good, so good. So here we have the 12k available. We're going to swing a 12 into the Boa Hancock. We're going to go ahead and use one of the 3000 Worlds to clear the Gecko. And we're still leaving him with the Teach. Maybe not the best option, but I'm just trying to deter aggression as much as I can at this point. Just deter as many attacks as I can. And then we use both of the 3000 Worlds, clear the Gecko and the Teach. And we still have our 12k on board. We have the 7-cost Linlin available. We have 3 Nami, so we can start setting up the wall very, very soon here. And really start pushing for game after that. So he's going to swing a 9k into us. I think we're just going to go ahead and take this and just gamble a little bit. But we do have that wall coming up. As I said, we do have the wall. So it's going to be pretty hard for him to get through this. With 3 5-cost Namis, we have 1 of the 3-cost Marcos. So we're going to start off with a 7k swing into the Gecko. He's going to go ahead and let it go. We're going to swing a 12 into face, draw off the Nami ability. And there is another fucking Nami off the top of the deck. So we play down our Nami. We're just going to go ahead and play down our 3-cost Marco in here. And he does have the Gravity Blade Raging Tiger, and I do say boof, a big boof moment there, just because I hadn't seen the Gravity Blade Raging Tiger, and he removed both of my blockers. But we have so many 2Ks and a lot of counter in hand. We also have the... Oh, actually, we have no 2Ks. We have a bunch of 1Ks, but we do have the Nami ability, which is a saving grace here, just fucking broken. So we give him both of our we give him all 3 puddings there, just because it is an absolutely useless card in the matchup. And now, once again, we can establish the... He does have that blocker. If he didn't have that blocker, we could have gone for game here. But we do swing the 12. We draw another card off the Nami. We find a 2k there, and now we can play down both of our Namis. The downside here is that we're not able to use our Nami ability on our opponent's turn if we do play down both of our Namis. We do... I put away both of the kids. That would probably not the best choice, just because we can trash that last card of his life if we so choose to the following turn. And he might not be expecting it, because I don't think we've played a kitty at this game. But either way, we established the wall. We have more wall coming up. We have two more Namis. We have a 3-cost Doffy blocker, and we have a couple of 3 2Ks in hand now. So very, very nice. The 10-cost Kaido has stayed on board forever, getting so much value out of it. He's going to play down his Law, bounce back like a Searcher or Buggy, swing a 7k into us. We're just going to go ahead and give him a 2k and one of the Doffy blockers, and then pass the turn. We kept drawing the 7-cost Croc at the end of the game, which is you just don't want to see it at the end. So we do... Yeah, so he blocks with the Boa Hancock here. We can go for game. He does have 6 cards in hand, no blockers left, and we have the... We're going to play it a little bit safe. Like, once again, like, there's no reason to rush when you're playing this deck, just because you have so many blockers, you have so much counter, you have so many more cards than your opponent, that as long as... You just have to calculate that they're outs. Like, if he has Gravity Blade Raging Tiger, will we lose the game? And in this case, no. We have 3 blockers, we have a bunch of counter. We don't have the Nami ability available, but we have... Right now, we have 4 2Ks and a 1K, so we're going to be fine no matter what here, as long as we're not an idiot. So he's going to swing a 7k into us. We're going to go ahead and counter out with a 2k and a 1. Ideally, we want to be left with as many blockers on board as possible, just because we can go for game if he is not careful. So he plays down the 4-cost Boa there, and he's going to go ahead and use the Boa ability. He bottoms the search for the Boa, gives a 1 Dawn to his leader, and then he's going to swing a 7k into us. He does trigger his leader ability, finds a 4-cost Crocodile. And here with the 7k attack, we can block with our Nami and give him a 2k. I was just being an idiot. Like, yeah, I could have blocked with the Nami, giving him a 2k there. and then he ends up swinging an 8K. Yeah, we were being idiots, guys. So we're going to start off with the 12K swing. Then we're going to go with a 9K swing, and he either gives us 3 cards here or takes us life. And if he does take it, then we just win with a huge Nami swing and then a leader swing. And yeah, so we get a 13K swing here. If he has it, he has it, I guess. But yeah, he ends up not having it. We're able to take the game, and we get another win with the Nami deck. And that is it for our gameplay for today, guys. Let's get right into the post game. Okay, guys, that's about it for today's video. We got some good games in. We got the Nami list. Let me know what you guys are thinking, how you guys are feeling about the list. I personally think it's pretty solid. There's obviously a couple things, and I'm not playing the deck optimally, obviously. So I think there's a lot of potential here. Hope you guys enjoyed. If you made it to the end of the video, make sure to comment coffee. That is coffee in the comment section below so I know that you made it. Really appreciate it, guys, and hope you have a good Sunday, good rest of your weekend, and I'll see you later.